Hi, good morning. My name is Jill. I am from A League of Their Own group, and this is our review on Lily and Duncan. We really like this book. Uh, it was not easy subject matter to handle, but we really appreciated how the author dealt with the characters and the issues they were facing, and thought it was handled in a very calm manner, not a whole lot of trying to make people feel a certain way, but just portraying what the characters were feeling and letting us react. Most of us have never read a book that was like this, that dealt so openly with issues of sexuality and mental health in the teen population and how that affected their lives and what they did. We did appreciate how they addressed bullying and the ways people reacted to those who are different. We thought that was very well done in the storyline. The ending with the dance and everybody seeming to kind of settle into where they were supposed to be, or where they thought they were supposed to be, we thought was wonderful. And Dad coming in with his T-shirt and that he loved his daughter, that just sort of made all of us feel really good and warm and fuzzy inside. We like that. Anyway, as far as the discussion questions went, it really seemed to I'm just going to go through them. We all know what the questions are. Lily saw herself as a girl from the very beginning. When she was little, was it 2, 3, trying to chop her penis off with a nail clipper. That says something when it's that firm and that strong for such a young person. Hormone therapy, she really needed to start that before secondary sexual characteristics started coming out. And to suppress, the hair and the musculature and the jaw, things like the jawline and the Adam's apple, those needed to be addressed. And her father, it was really the psychologist who tipped her father towards support by telling them, 43% of children like yours, transgender children, commit suicide. Do you want a dead son or a live daughter? And those are your choices. And sometimes it really is as simple as that. What do you want? You can't have what you really, really, really want, but these are the choices. Which one do you prefer? And Lily she's brave throughout the whole thing. She is facing who she knows she is. She is trying to save Bob, which I think is fantastic. I love to see younger people get involved in things like that. And we thought that Bob really played a key role for her as a touchstone to her past, to somebody who accepted her for who and what she was. And it was very hard for her to give that up. Norbert, Duncan, Norbert is dealing with mental illness, bipolar definitely, probably some depression, and we were never quite sure whether he was dealing with that before his father's death or after that, if it came about as a result of his father's suicide. And so we were never quite sure on the timing of that, but he really walked through a lot of the same cycle that people with bipolar and depression and a lot of other mental illnesses do, which is, hey, I feel great. I don't need to take these pills anymore. I feel better when I don't take them. I'm more productive when I don't take them. I do better at this when I don't take them. So he really went through the very real cycle of on meds, off meds, on meds, off meds, and then lying to people about it. And he knew it was wrong. But he justified it to himself by saying, I'm faster on the court. I remember better. But then Phineas came back, and we're never sure that Phineas actually was never there. Because even when he's on his meds, there's a little voice saying, no, don't do that. No, don't think about that. No, you don't want to talk about that. There's always that little voice that's back there saying these sorts of things. And you know, take him in. So we didn't know if Phineas was a part of him that was born out of his father's death and the trauma surrounding that, or if this was something he had been dealing with as a lifelong sort of issue. So Phineas was kind of ambiguous in that way, but he did play a very real role for Duncan in how he faced the world. We were a bit disappointed in the lack of response from the school in terms of the bullying. It seemed that so much of this happened in public areas in the school, the lunchroom, the hallway, and it would seem to us that a stronger, larger, more attentive teacher presence in those areas could help curb a lot of what Lily experienced in the way of bullying and food throwing, and teachers being present, noon aides being present. And by present, I just mean, we didn't mean bodily there, we meant aware and attentive. So that we thought would probably be a good way to help prevent, reduce, handle the situation, because it really seems like the school did absolutely no handling of the situation at all, other than excuse me, letting Lily be Lily, and you know, we're going to ignore, you know, the nail polish and the makeup on what is technically a boy. So they kind of ignored that and just moved on. But they also ignored the bullying, and that was not acceptable. Dare is Lily's cheerleader. She is her conscience. She is her best friend. She is the one who encourages Lily to be yourself, do you, just be you. And I thought that was absolutely fantastic. And we love the fact that Dare found her own happiness with Amy, and that the two of them were then able to incorporate Lily as part of their little family kind of group, instead of Amy taking Dare away from Lily. The small things, Lily's comment, how it's funny how one little letter can make such a difference to the meaning of something. We got to talking about this a little bit, and my son has Down syndrome, and we kind of, I compared it for the group to the fact that everybody has 46 chromosomes. My son has one extra 21st chromosome, just one, of one chromosome, and it changed everything. So one little something changes everything. It doesn't matter. It's just one little thing and it changes. So one little letter on a t-shirt, yeah, it changes everything. One little teeny piece in every single cell of your body changes everything. And we really could appreciate and recognize how important just one little thing was. Anyway, we really enjoyed the book. We loved how the characters grew into themselves and handled the things that they came up against. And we look forward to reading more. Thank you very much.